Alright, hello everyone. How's it going? And welcome to more Skyward Sword. Welcome to the losers bracket finals game, game 3, the last game of the best of 3 series. First race was won by Jasnix, second race was won by Jim.
Yeah, I think both runners want to purge the second race from their minds, given it was rolled by Cubs and wound up with oops all trials for one runner and oops 3 trials for the other. But yeah, this seed rolled by Lost, who does not yet have any reputation for seeds in SSR, but has been known for some not nice seeds in Wind Waker. So, yeah.
Yeah, Jim already summoning the dungeons in here. Not sure if that's what he wants the dungeons to be. It's rare to see a runner hoping for Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, well, I think they're going based off of that. Those are the 2 dungeons that have yet to be seen in this series. So, they talked about it a bit in the race room.
Yeah, that is fair. So let's see. I'm just gonna say that because we haven't seen them in this series yet. So I'm just gonna predict that it's Skyview Fire Sanctuary. Any other predictions?
LMF Fire Sanctuary.
Nice report to begin with.
That's making the seed off to a wonderful start.
Skyview Sandship. Alright.
We can never get away from Sandship.
Nope.
And yes, Yell correct with the prediction.
Sandship is eternal. That's true. It's lasted over a long period of time. It's gonna last over the whole tourney.
Yeah, so the beginning route is basically going to be very similar.
A beetle already. Alright.
Interesting that I don't think Jim checked Owlin yet, because in his past couple of races, he's always checked Owlin first and then practiced Sword Chest. I think we've determined that the checking practice sword before Owlin is slightly more efficient because of stamina management. Because you get a free stamina refill from talking to Owlin.
Alright. Oh, also looks like Lanero was our starting pillar.
Again.
Oh, Emerald. Never mind.
Okay,
Emerald. Y'all are saying Emerald. I thought I saw a yellow pillar in the sky, but maybe I'm just dumb. I did not pay any attention.
Yeah, well, I also didn't really, so I'll see when they turn around which pillar we have.
Oh, case key.
Which is mandatory this seed in order to get to Sandship. For that cave ski to be of any use, we're going to need Amber Tablet and Claw Shots. It does definitely look to me like Emerald.
Okay,
yeah.
yes, this is Emerald. I swear I saw a yellow pillar. Maybe I'm just going insane after all the matches I've already commentated. And especially after yesterday's match.
Yeah. So, Emerald is nice because they'll be able to most likely complete Skyview on their first Farron trip. Because they already have Beetles, so they don't have to worry about not being able to check 3 eyes. So the only check they won't be able to do in Skyview is the dig spot.
And there's still chances to get mids before that. Oh, hey, money.
This
At
is
least we won't have to see any money farming, any dump money farming from Jim this time around.
Well, we'll see. There might be something important on Beetle 300 and Beetle 103. Or the third 100 item. In which case...
They are both directly checking Beetle. Alright.
Beetle had important items in both of their previous races. They're not letting it go this time. Unfortunately, Beetle's rope does take a while to settle before you can actually climb on it.
Alright, what do we got? Rupee, Rupee. Alright, 300 is dead.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that red rupee is completely wasted
So
because the game gives you the item before it takes your rupees away. So basically, you get 20 rupees on your full wallet, and then the game takes away the 100 for the purchase.
50 rupees for a gold rupee. That's fairly cheap. Also bombs in here.
Yeah. So
good thing they both checked Beetle before going to Farron. They can almost full clear Farron at this point. Only thing missing is claw shots or Gales and Scale and Gust below. Gales, yes. Gales is the mix of Gust Bellows and Scale.
yeah, apparently Ballad of Gales made its way into Skyward Sword Rando somehow.
Gale is way of the Gale. Yes. Sounds about right.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Jasnix ever so slightly ahead of Jim here.
Yeah, cause Jim checked the wrong item in Beetle. Jim otherwise was ahead before they entered Beetle. Nice slingshot.
So, yeah, that's really nice to have before going to Farron, just because now you're not going to have to fly the Beetle into everything that you want to hit.
Jasnix still getting the money. Why?
He got the first red rupee, but not the second. I think he realized that he didn't need any rupees after he rolled into the crawl space.
Yeah, this is really looking like a nice and early sky view. There's nothing preventing them from going to sky view.
Yeah, but they're gonna check their hints first.
Yeah.
Because hints have definitely, early hints have definitely caused a large amount of time save for like the runner that checked them in the past.
Ruby Tablet was somewhere in Central Skyloft.
Paros Crystals.
Paros Crystals, alright. That's gonna be interesting to see if... No, I don't think that either of them opts to go to Elden first, simply because they do already have access to their first dungeon and can, except for one check, full clear it.
Yeah, well, they need a bottle anyway, so Ruby Tablet is locked behind a bottle.
Oh, right, it was Paros Crystals, not Paros Gift. Speaking of bottle. Where was that?
On TMS.
TMS.
Oh, not equal.
I think that might not be that accessible.
Yeah, somehow I don't see either runner going for that bottle.
Alright, we got the harp or song on top of the on the chandelier in here.
Yeah. All of the songs just use the harp model, and it's ballad. So we have access to the Thunderhead already, although there's only one check in logic in the Thunderhead right now. But there is the hint. Oh, Jim accidentally sitting on the stool. So taking another time loss.
But hey, at least we already know that one trial gate is dead. That's better than the cup seat we had yesterday. Okay, Elden Volcano is Spirit of the Sword though, so I don't think we have all other bottles in Elden. Jim going to a Thunderhead here. Okay. Jasnix going directly to Farron. Fair. Jim going to Thunderhead. There is logically Knight Academy Spirit of the Sword. Thunderhead Spirit of the Sword. Ooh.
So Jim has a 1 in 4 chance of finding that item here.
It's a 2 in 4.
Or right, yeah, because he can access, yeah. So a 1 out of 2 chance because, yeah, the chest on East Island is accessible out of logic because you can just dive to it or jump down from the roof. Logically, it requires digging midst to open the vent, which I disagree with, but we digress.
Ooh. Jim gets the side up here. Very nice.
Yeah, so that skips a small little cutscene showing off that the pathway formed.
A sword!
But Jim not checking the other... So... Okay, hopefully Jim
Is he reloading? Maybe he's just reloading. Okay, he's reloading.
He does not need to reload, though. That's the benefit of that being a crest, is that you can just immediately Skyward Strike it again to get the second item.
There's a bottle.
So that is our Elden access. Not something we need immediately, but will definitely be nice to have.
Actually, isn't that technically only a one? Isn't there technically only 3 possible checks in Thunderhead that could be? Ooh, scale for Jasnix. That could be Spirit of the Sword because Din's is always hinted.
True. Yeah.
So Jim is definitely finding his Spirit of the Sword item in here.
Which
looks like it was just...
It's either the sword or the bottle. So if like every other bottle is locked behind the first bottle, then that bottle could be, and there's something important in Elden, then that bottle could be Way of the Hero, or Spirit of the Sword before CJ yells at me. Where is Jim going right now?
That is a good question.
He wants that ruby tablet, I guess.
Okay. Did Jim not check that hint zone already? So are you telling me Jim didn't even know about this?
I guess Jim did not. I mean,
normally I could see this being a play, but you have access to, you can basically full clear. You can almost full clear your first dungeon.
I mean, I guess Jim just like is chasing that Elden Fi hint, or Elden Spear of the Sword hint. Jasnix getting extending blow.
I think that's the.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's definitely a rare side. Ooh, 3 Eyes has. Okay, the bottle is confirmed to be our Spirit of the Sword, because that sword was just hinted. Did Jim just get a second sword? Okay.
Yeah, there was a sword on Oriel.
That might actually... No. Wait. That does not explain our... I was thinking that this might explain our Spirit of the Sword, but no, it doesn't, because the sword was not our Spirit of the Sword.
Well...
yes, I know, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Another... Alright. So, contrary to yesterday's seed, where it took us 2 hours to get the first sword, we've got 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes for Master Sword in here. Alright. That is something.
So, if Jasnix can, like, sequence break himself another bottle, then he could potentially do Thunderhead more efficiently.
Also keep in mind, Jim probably has really good chances to get TMS here, because we know that both... Technically, that other sword was also Spirit of the Sword, because it locked 2 other swords behind it.
So, Jasnix doesn't need to raise the water in this room, I don't think. I think he's just wasting time, because you can get to the door heading to the backside of the dungeon with just rolling off the log and grabbing the vines, and you can get to the 2 Eyes chest by only raising the water in on that side and spin jumping up. So, just a small little time waste from Jasnix. I think Jasnix actually was trying to go for the stupid jump in Skyview, but I don't know that I've ever seen anyone like actually get it in any kind of RTA setting. Like, Jim was the one who discovered it, and Jim never even went for it. Well, I guess apart from some of these races, I think he like made like an attempt at it, but I don't think he ever actually succeeded with it. But yeah, now we have Spiral Charge on Jim, so Jim's clearing out the Spiral Charge rocks.
Jim is still not going to Farendale. I am not sure I like this play, delaying his first surface visit so long.
Well, we did get a Sky Spear of the Sword hint, so Jim was just, I think...
That was most likely our ballad, though.
Yeah, at this point I think it has to be the ballad. So I think... So Jim looks like he's finally heading to Elden. So Jim's just purely chasing Spirit of the Sword hits, whereas
All right.
Jasnix is chasing dungeon completion. We'll see which one actually ultimately pays off. Because if Big Key, worst case scenario for Jasnix is Big Key is in the dig spot and Jim finds Mitz and Elden. Okay, Bosky was hinted on 3 eyes, thanks, Yal.
Yeah. Courage on Jasnix's side. Alright. Crystals?
Yeah, so I'll again point out, like, Jim taking the time to pick up more bomb flowers as he's waiting for one of the bombs he threw to explode. So nicely trying to keep his bomb count high, so he's never in a situation where he needs to use a bomb but is out.
The question
Jasnix saving before entering 3 eyes because he is going to death warp after opening the chest.
Oh, and there's Amber Tablet.
Well, that's our Spirit of the Sword. But not immediately useful. This could send Jim on a wild goose chase into mines.
The Rupors are based in the vanilla game are only present in Fiddle Digger. So that's why you might not be remembering them.
Yeah. Also, you can, I think, turn red rupees into rupors with glittering spores. Like other
I
denominations.
thought it was the other way around. You can turn Rupors into red rupees.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one that you can turn into rupors, though. But yeah, it may also work the other way around. I just remember that being a thing. So Jasnix and Bosky, and then Death Warping, which is a little bit faster than going out the intended way. And because he has Bomb Bag, he can do that. So Jasnix wants whatever is in the cage. So he's setting up this precise slingshot shot.
And it's probably gonna run out of ammo. And it's using his beetle.
Yeah. Well, it's really hard for me to see on his screen, but something about that setup just did not look right to me.
Jazz and ammo management. Name a more iconic duo.
The Song of the Hero part. So each runner has a Song of the Hero part that the other doesn't.
Alright, are we gonna see
Ooh.
Jim entering Fair now? Ooh. Jasnix
Yeah.
getting bodied by these babas.
He wound up falling off the rope. Like, he wound up just, like, falling off the rope immediately. So now, I think, honestly, in that situation, I would just beetle them. You can run past them like this if your movement is good, which usually Jasnix's movement is excellent, but he just happened to miss climbing on the rope. Meanwhile, Jim getting circle, so Jim automatically wins the race, clearly.
Jim making sure his bomb management is accurate. And there's the mids.
So now Jim has absolutely no qualms whatsoever about Skyview because he can 100% full clear it.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario for Jasnix is there's some required item on the dig spot. That is incredibly unlikely, but it is possible. So Jim, meanwhile, is going back into Magma Turf for the couple checks he couldn't do the first time. Also, he didn't do a jump slash into Magma Turf, so he had to land on the upper platform and then jump down because the falling animation is significantly faster than the diving animation.
Alright, let's see what else Jasnix gets in here in Skyview. More money from Jim. Another song of the hero part.
Yeah, and as is being talked about in chat, there is actually an increasing chance that the map is on the dig spot, in which case Jasnix will not be punished for not having mitts. It is now 1 out of 3. The odds are looking better for Jasnix.
So, with a combined efforts, our runners have already completed Song of the Hero. Jim, however, will make quite some time good on the Girahim fight. Because Girahim is significantly faster with Master Sword than with a mere Goddess Sword.
Yeah, optimally this fight is a 6 cycle with Goddess Sword. So looks like things have... Yeah, Jasnix got pretty good RNG for that. He didn't seem to get that many darts. The thing you don't want to see is darts. Also, I really don't like throwing the bomb there because I'm pretty sure that the bomb timer, if it's on the ground, it pauses during the cutscene. Whereas if you run towards it,
Oh, Jim going for the Elden setup for Alright! Desert is Spirit of the Sword, and the bow chest in Sandship has our harp.
That's a huge hint for like MVP hint zone. Also, did we see what was on the
already?
Did we see what was on the heart container?
Bellows. Alright. Lowers. There's the map.
Yeah, so map on the dungeon reward means that Jasnix is going to have that dig spot in the back of his mind for like the next rest of the race pretty much. Also, the nice thing about Harp being so late, as Harm points out, is that there basically cannot be any trials required this seed. So, Jim's setting up a Bitmagic file for Tentaculous Skip later. That's why he shot that random jewel in Thrill Digger. But yeah, we'll get into Bitmagic a little bit more when our runners actually do back in time.
I have shit earrings. You know, even though Jasnix is leading on the dungeon progression, Jim gets way more information out of this. You know, in the beginning, I was like, I'm not sure I really like this play from Jim, but you know, the more this checks out, the more I like it actually. Even though he's putting off Skyview forever, basically. Yeah, Jim probably skipped that hint zone too fast. A bow!
So that's another Spirit of the Sword item in Alden.
So at this point, we're missing 3 Spirit of the Sword items: Claw Shots, Sea Chart, and potentially Whip.
Yeah, Whip depends on where the boss key is in Sandship. Yeah, we also, I think, can pretty much surmise that the Tentalus Heart container is dead, because the only things we're missing are access to Sandship.
Yeah.
So Jasnix is going to be heading to Lake Floria. There are 3 checks and a hint stone there.
I would not be surprised if Lake Floria is barren, though.
I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Way of the Hero regions. There are 3 more, Spirit of the Sword regions that could be hinted.
Didn't we get a central Skyward Spirit of the Sword hint? Or did I make that up?
I didn't see it, but I may not have seen everything. Floria Baron and Bat 50 dead.
I know that we got a Knight Academy hint, though.
Yeah, I did see Knight Academy. I did not see Central Skyloft, but I could have missed it.
And we know that that beetle was hinted separately.
Yeah.
So we've not resolved that way with the Spirit of the Sword yet. Unless I am missing something?
I don't think you are.
But I gotta be at this point, because all other academy checks. No, wait, right, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, Zelda's closet can still have Whip or Sea Chart. That's true.
So that basically means that the Desert Fi has to be Claws.
Case Key?
We already have Cave's Key.
Oh, on Sword, alright. Ah, yeah, right. Okay, never mind. Alright.
So I think we might, like, have solved the seed just based on hints. But, I mean, it depends if Whip is required. Because if Whip is required, then there's still one Spirit of the Sword that we haven't resolved.
Yeah, this looks heavily like a Jet Seed right now.
I think
I'm having some calibration issues.
Yeah.
Trying to fix this calibration by sword swings. Also, Jim paying attention to his ammo management. Very good.
Okay, so Jasnix, remembering that he can just immediately strike the crest again to get the second item, so he saves a tiny bit of time on Jim. Yeah. Jasnix with like the ever so slight reaction to getting that bottle.
Jasnix is probably wondering right now what exactly his Spirit of the Sword in here is. Or if either of these items were his Spirit of the Sword.
Yeah. Well, he'll get the news when he opens this chest and it's junk.
Yeah.
So Jim directly chasing a Spirit of the Sword.
Jim? I mean, I guess, yeah. Jim is really banking on... Jim is really banking on an empty Farron at this point, I think.
Well, what wasn't Farron? What Gus
I think
Bellow?
it was pretty
Gale.
Farron. Gale, yes, but
Which I think Skyview's completable without the scale in this case, so like it's very possible Jim completes the seed without ever picking up the scale.
yeah. I mean, it's just from my point of view, right? Alright, there's TMS for Jim.
Jim looks genuinely surprised. This is the polar opposite of the Cub seed from yesterday.
Yes. It's just that from my personal point of view, from what I've been seeing so far, I would have elected to just clear my required dungeon at this point, but you know, I am not in the finals of this tournament. I have been kicked out round 1, so who am I to judge the players for the routing?
Yeah. I mean, I also was knocked out of this tournament by Jim, so clearly Jim knows things about routing that I do not. But yeah, I think Jim's general strategy here is completely fine. Just he keeps getting the Spirit of the Sword hints, so he's just going to continue following them. Now, granted, he has to go through mines, which it was not hinted that, but it's already rewarded him with True Master Sword, which will make his endgame just that much easier.
Jasnix also very happy about that Master Sword. At this point, it's not a if the Thunderhead bottle was Spirit of the Sword. We know that the Thunderhead bottle was the Spirit of the Sword.
Yeah.
That's not an if anymore, because the other 2 swords were hinted.
And getting a heart medal, which, while not required, like that basically eliminates any possibility that Jim might die in Horde. Not that that chance was very high to begin with, but like Jim basically has all the safeties he could ask for, except maybe for health. He's still at 6 hearts.
No, I'm just vibing with this seed, basically.
Yeah. So what else do we have besides desert that we haven't seen? I guess
What
we'll
Jasnix is doing right now.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see if scale actually is required.
Scale logically required.
This could close the gap between Jim and Jasnix.
Yeah, if Jim gets claws here... No, he's still looking for whip. Never mind.
Yeah, but then he goes back to Academy because he's following hints and he gets presumably whipped from Zelda's closet.
I mean, we said that we've basically resolved the spirit of the sword in Academy, which was the case key in the statue.
Oh, right. So suddenly this race is looking a bit more interesting now that we know that C-chart location. Depending on where claws are. Because it's very possible that Jim, if claw shots are here, Jim goes right to Sansi.
There's the whip for Jasnix! And there's
Okay,
the claws.
this could be very bad for Jim, actually. This could be terrible for Jim. This is gonna send him on a wild goose chase, chasing these claw shots. And we now know that where all of our required progression is, Jasnix literally is only missing, okay, so Jasnix still has to clear most of Elden, but, like,
Jasnix has basically a strict path at this point, though. He's got a strict path he needs to walk on, and that's it. It's a long path, but, you know.
We know that Jasnix will find his claw shots just by following the Spirit of the Sword hints. Jim, on the other hand, is now going to chase all the claw shot checks in Lanayru, including caves, probably go to Sansi, and maybe even break his way into Sandship without C-chart, which is going to cost him even more time. Although, actually, now that I think about it, the fact that he hasn't found C-chart may be the one thing that keeps him out of Sandship for now. That may point him at Farron, which will eventually point him to his whip.
Yeah, I guess. That could prevent him from going there. We gotta see.
But yeah. Anyhow, we are in no mode at this point. And just...
Yeah, us commentators. None of the runners, though. We have figured this out.
It'll be interesting to see what's on the cave's hint stone. If that has any kind of Skyview Fi or hint about Malara.
That would probably be the ideal play, if it has both Skyview and Skyloft Village, Spirit of the Sword hints.
Yeah.
Jim is going back.
Jim not even checking anything in caves, which actually kind of surprises me, because in Jim's position, I probably would have gone into caves at least for the hint stone and probably just gone right to... Oh! Jim wants to check the landing chest in mines. We know that that's nothing, but I think that that's a reasonable play. And then he's going to go through caves to Sansi, and then he's going to leave from there. leave
Okay.
from harbor.
I mean, I guess this is a reasonable play.
Yeah, so at this point, it's a race between Jim getting himself back to Skyview and Jasnix clearing Eldon and then finding his claws in Lanayru.
Did Jim did not go to Summit, did he? I mean, without claws, there's not really anything he can...
He did check the first 2 chests in Summit.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he check the hintstone before the digging spot? In front of the digging spot?
That I'm not sure if he did. I do know he did enter Summit though.
Okay, he did that. Oh. Alright, there was the Skyward Village fire hint. So we did get one out of the 2 we were talking about. Oh, Jasnix dying. Where did Jasnix die? Somewhere in Eldon. Why did Jasnix die?
Probably the bomb roll.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die in the early part of Eldon, that is probably where you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, he jumped into lava, climbing to the behind bombable wall. Interesting.
Alright, so what's Jim gonna do at this point? I think he's gotta dip out. He's gotta dip out. I think he's gotta follow the logic in here.
Yeah.
Alright, he is. Yeah.
He just wanted the statue to so that you could land here once he's in go mode. So Jim still has the knowledge advantage, but Jasnix is going to catch up with that very quickly. And Jasnix is going to be in go mode as soon as he finds his bow and his claws. In fact, as soon as he finds bow, he knows he can leave because of the desert fi hint, and then he is going to just go right there because he knows knows that there has to be a required item there, and claw shots is the only item that's left.
But you know, I'm pretty sure at this point that Jim will get his C chart simply because he has to go. He has to go through. What am I trying to say?
He has to go back to Skyloft Village, or for the
yes,
bar,
yes,
check.
he has to go through Skyloft for the shack in Village, which is putting him quite next to the, which is putting him literally next to the shack chest with the C chart. Harp is in Sancha, so no need to worry about that right now.
Yeah, we know where. Yeah, we know that Harp is in the bow chest.
Does Jim know that already? Or was that a...
I forget what hintstone that was on. I'm pretty sure that was a hint that Jim has seen that Jasnix has not yet seen. Jasnix is going to get his mitts and then have to turn around. Or I guess he doesn't have to turn around, but... Actually, Jasnix also getting circles.
Damn.
Both runners win. Kappa.
Alright, Jim is gonna be finding his scale here.
So the thing is, Jim, if he is going to be clearing Farron, he is going to be getting all the checks that Jasnix did, but a little bit more efficiently because he has claw shots, and he can one-trip this.
It's really hard to say who's ahead or behind right now, because they both have a clear path right now, but it's kind of hard to say who's ahead or not.
I think Jasnix has less to do, and Jasnix has already beaten one dungeon.
But Jim only needs to beat Skyview at this point.
But he's got a full clear Skyview because Gus Bellows is at the very, very end.
Yeah.
And ultimately, we know that the dig spot is dead, and I'm pretty sure Jasnix has worked out that the dig spot is most likely dead in Skyview, so... we should not see him head there.
I'm just kind of wondering right now, though. Like, where is Jasnix getting all this time save over Jim from?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say ultimately who's ahead. I just feel like the dig spots are going to take less time than clearing all of Skyview. So that's my basis for claiming that Jasnix is ahead.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, so Jasnix is checking the 4th and 5th. Do we remember which dig spot the bow was on?
The one behind the boulder, I think.
Okay, so Jasnix is going to get to that one last. So it's ultimately he is going to be clearing all the dig spots. He may be able to skip Summit though, because again he knows about the desert, or he will know about the desert hint, Spirit of the Sword hint by the time he's done with this. So he should be able to work out that his claws shots have to be there. So Jim does know where the Skyview boss key is, but he's still going to have to full clear the dungeon looking for his Gus Bellows. So that hint doesn't necessarily save him that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately both runners having to get the slow version of this cutscene because they do not have Harp and thus cannot activate the Goddess Wall. Basically, if you can activate the Goddess Wall before triggering this Magma, the Magma pops up immediately instead of that slow cutscene that Jim got. On the other hand, Jim is going to have a significantly faster Skyview if he like remembers he has claws and uses them effectively.
Yeah. Jim is getting some time saves here, which is really making me wonder where. If it was it, I don't think that Jasnix got all that time lost purely by movement. Jim, you don't need to raise the water.
Yeah, we're gonna have to yell at both runners about that in the interview.
I mean, Jasnix kinda had to, because he didn't have claws.
But he had scale, so he...
Oh yeah, right, true. He had
So-
scale. Never mind.
So he only needed to raise the water on the other side. I mean, again, Jim might be going for his like jump strap, but I don't think that's worth it with claws. So yeah, because this I'm pretty sure is just as fast as the stupid jump.
That's not working, Jasnix.
But what is Jasnix saving for? Oh, he's save scumming this check, but he's gonna get it. He's gonna realize that he doesn't need to save scum it anymore. So now he's gonna go down to the Thrill Digger hint, and that's, I believe, where the Desert Fi was.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then he's gonna know exactly where to look for his claw shots. Yeah. Jasnix should know Jasnix should be in no mode now.
Yeah.
So I think Jasnix has this race. I think this is Jasnix's race to lose.
Jasnix also still needs to set up Tentacle Skip though. Jim already did that.
Yeah, but it's a fairly quick setup in Lanayru, and he's going to want to go through mines anyways. So he's going to be able to check the Desert Entrance statue, and that's basically all he needs for a Tentacle Skip setup. I mean, that is true. Jasnix could skip all the checks and mines, and that would mean that Jim would have the advantage of True Master Sword, but that saves like only a few seconds ultimately. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's over. I just think that. Wait, is Jasnix do back in time here?
Is he?
So, okay.
Is he doing what I think he's? No. No way.
So there is something he could do here that would be that...
Is he RBMing Temple of...
Or,
no.
well, it wouldn't be Temple of Time statue, and
no.
It doesn't look like that's... He might be doing the bit warp, which I think KitKat times that the bit warp's a minute slower than going through mines. Also, Jim just electing not to death. Yeah, he's doing the bit warp. Unfortunately, the bit warp is actually slower than just going through mines, and plus it's going to put him away from the desert entrance statue he's going to want for Tantalus skip setup. So Jasnix is just handing Jim some free time. But I can't even tell how many hearts Jasnix had. I think he still only has 6.
Yeah, I think Jim found found 2 heart containers in Leneru.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jim not having a whip, but
he's skipping those.
Well, he knows that's not the real harp, and he knows that trials basically have to be useless at this point, given that in order to get harp, he needs to get to Sandship anyways.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that trial could lock that would that he could need. Maybe this was just a play for Jasnix for that hint stone? Maybe that's the reason that he did that?
I still think Jasnix is ahead here by a lot.
Yeah, agreed, because again, Jim did not get enough information to not have to full clear. Wait, Jim.
Jim, this is no way.
Yeah, okay, he had the bow to kind of salvage himself from that situation, but...
Yeah, in Skyview 2, there's no way you can avoid these archers on the road.
And yeah, you're right. KitKat, I believe, was the one who did the timing to figure out that going through mines is faster. The reason that very old any percent routes did the bit warp was because they wanted to do early gorge. So I believe Jasnix is about to get his claw shots.
Yeah.
And Jasnix will be in go mode at about an hour.
Well...
So Jim is going to have a very fast Girahim fight here. Because he has True Master Sword. But this may be
there,
too late. Yeah, so Jasnix running up to is going to do his Tantalus skip setup here. Would have been faster for him to just go through mines, but we can ignore that fact. I'm not sure why. Oh, wait. What?
Huh?
Oh, he's death warping back. So his goal there was to check the statue. Now he's death warping back.
Alright.
But okay. And then he's going to save at this statue. Because if he had saved at the North Desert or at the Desert Entrance statue, that would have reset his spawn point. So by death warping after he checked the statue, he can respawn back near caves, which is where he wants to go next. Also, so the fact that Whip is Spirit of the Sword means that we know that at least one small key or the boss key is locked behind the behind the Whip, meaning as locked behind the engine room. So you probably see both runners just maybe check the well, I think the stern chest was already hinted, so we'll probably see them do mass skip and then check the map chest in case it's a small key, and then do the generators.
Alright, so right about now, Jasnix has caught up to Jim. And Jim still needs to get his whip and his gate. His whip and his sea charge. That's the other thing. Jim going to... Yeah, Jim is going to Florida. Yeah, this is... No way Jim is coming back here.
Wait.
Takes a minor miracle for Jim to come back here.
At this point, it's a major miracle, because Jim was, at this point, I think has got, unless Jim just wants this statue, no, he is going to go all the way to Floria.
I wouldn't see why you would go here just for the statue. You know, this could be just the 3 claw shots blocked checks that Jim has done in Leneru that he's lacking here. Or 4, basically.
There's a chance there's a big key on map chest, small key on combo lock. Yes, there is, Yal. I think that's like, or the other way around, but those are like the 2 ways that we could avoid having to do engine room.
So, yeah. Jin now realizing Floria is Baron. What a great kingdom for this.
I mean, at least it means he doesn't waste time actually doing the checks, but
Yeah.
The fact that, it always feels bad to get a Baron hit for the region you're in.
Yeah. I mean, you know, at least they can do early Floria. Oh yeah, Alpha Jim is gonna get this bird nest via first.
Yeah, so the fact that Jim has claw shots is almost making this worse for him because he has more things to check.
But basically, he's gotta, right after this, he's gotta check, check Shed.
That was the Farron Phi hint, which we haven't seen until now. Okay,
Yeah,
so
now he's gonna check Shed chest, and after that, you know that he's gonna do Malar.
Yeah. So Jim was doing a really good job of following hints up until, like, he went into Farron, and then I think, like, kind of, strayed enough to give Jasnix enough time to catch up. But, I mean, granted, he had to go to Farron in order to, get the 2 items he needed. It's just unfortunate that he got a lot of really good information by going to Eldon first, but it wasn't enough information to gain a meaningful advantage over Jasnix.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the claw shots just meant that Jim could do more checks that Jasnix just didn't ever have to do. Well, yeah, I mean, Jim did, like, the Thunderhead play was really good for Jim, but then Jasnix went there pretty much right after Skyview and neutralized it. Because he did the exact same thing, except he actually did the exact same thing slightly more efficiently because he knew he did not need to reload to hit the crest again. So he saved like these little bits of time just by having a little bit better rando knowledge. So now Jim is in go mode.
Yep.
Unfortunately for Jim, I think this is a little too late.
He's at least 5 minutes behind.
Yeah. So Jasnix is making the combo lock chest gamble. If the boss key is here, then that is huge. Because it means he can skip all of the generator section. If it turns out that the big key is not here, then Jim could claw a small amount of time back by not gambling on that, but we'll see.
That is not a boss key.
Yeah, it was a gold item. Well, actually, this particular boss key is not gold, so forget what I was just about to say.
It's a white
Yeah.
boss key with a little bit of red in the inside.
And Yal clearly hoping to face Jasnix. I think Jim was an more of an unknown quantity for Yal, and because Yal is the other person who is the winner of the winners bracket, who will be facing the winner of this match, which is looking highly likely to be Jasnix at this point. And Yal has already beaten Jasnix 2-0 in the winners finals, so and yeah, there's some things going on for affecting scheduling, but that will be worked out after this match. So does Jim remember his hints, and is he going to be doing mask?
Yeah, he already set up. He already took 4 hearts of damage.
Okay. Yeah. Accidentally pulling out the beetle there. That still looks good. So Jasnix choosing to live dangerously is damaging down to 2 hearts for the quick death warp after. But he should be fine.
Yeah.
If he were to take an unintentional death here, though, that could give Jim the room he needs to come back.
That is probably... Yeah, I think he needs a little bit more.
Yeah. But, like, if you're on Team Jim, that's what you're hoping happens.
Yeah, definitely. He needs this in every case. It just might not be enough.
So we'll see if Jim decides to check combo lock. Jim not checking combo lock is going to save a little bit of time. Still not enough, but
Yeah, and Jasnix is about to get everything he needs, I think.
yeah.
He's in treasure room.
So yeah, all he needs is the boss key, and then he can death warp.
Do we know if Vanilla Boss Key is dead? Well, now we do.
And Jasnix using his last bomb to death warp. I mean, that is the last bomb that he needs for the entire season. So,
Yeah.
I guess ammo
But
man.
once his ammo management has actually worked out. I can't believe it. I'm not sure if it makes dying for $10 skip really that slower, because the BMOS is right there.
Yeah. I think I pretty much always just let the BMOS kill me for $10 skip and rando. Usually the Technoblin's also chasing me at that point, so it's like just a battle between the BMOS and the Technoblin, and the BMOS pretty much always wins. The Technoblin just like stands there like with its with its electric thing raised, just doing nothing. Yeah, so Scarvo,
is that?
Yes. I was gonna talk about the fight, but Scarvo's already dead. Interestingly, doing that fight in the present, or in the past, which is, you're intended to fight him in the present, but it's, like, in the past, you could see him fall into the water instead of into the sand. So, yep, Jasnix with his harp. And now he can actually do the Tentacle Skip RBM that we've been talking about and beat the dungeon. Yeah, so Jim still needs to get his boss key, death warp, do the Scarvo fight, and then go back down and to the statue. So he's still got like there's at least 3 minutes between them, I would have to say. Yep, I think Jasnix just demonstrated how the battle between the Technoblin and the BMOS goes.
Yeah, alright, so Jim is basically... Yeah. No. There is no way Jim comes back. Unless Jasnix majorly messes up. Which we're hoping not to see.
But, I mean, there are definitely a lot of ways you can lose time to Tentacle Skip here. Like, Jasnix almost falling back in the water, which would have been one of them. Barely staying on the right
Jim is gonna save a little bit of time on the on the Tentacle skip because he can directly spawn in the chest. Whereas Jasnix needs to go through all of the patrol rewards.
Okay, yeah, Jasnix losing a little bit of time to entering because he did not have the right file selected. Also, yeah, Jasnix is gonna have to go through 4 different patrol rewards.
It's gonna be a close match, but in the end, Jasnix is gonna be taking it. I kinda hope that Jim will be playing this out.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, Jim having a bit of a rougher Skyward fight there.
So. So 120-13 for Jasnix entering the Tentalus escape. Jim still has a couple minutes because he has to get there and he has to do the Tentalus skip RBM. I mean, his Tentalus skip RBM will be a little bit faster than Jasnix's because he'll be able to directly spawn the chest. But I don't think that's going to be enough.
So Go mode basically requires. So this game requires us, in order to beat the mice, we gotta access the past, which means we will have to strike the gate, raise the gate of time, which we do by obtaining the harp, and then we need the harp and the master sword, at least, and we need the ability to finish 2 required dungeons, which are chosen at random.
Yeah. So Jim's just starting the Tentacle skip RBM, and Jasnix is already heading out of Lanayru to fly to Farron to do the endgame.
Chosen from the list, Sanction. Yeah, basically.
So yeah, Jim doing the loading zone manip to get behind the shed. Avoids him having to open it.
Yeah, this is like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think 3 minutes was a pretty accurate estimate. I mean, Jim will save a small amount of time in Horde and a small amount of time in G3 to having True Master Sword. That small time save, unfortunately for Jim, is not 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's probably at most 30 seconds. And that's a pretty generous estimate.
No. None of them have raised the Gate of Time because they both obtained the harm in censure. That depends on where Jasnix dies, but I don't see Jasnix dying. Oh, more health. Free health refill. Wait, did Jasnix not get the fairy? Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, I don't see Jasnix dying.
Yeah.
Unless he gets bullied. But, no.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that would be, like, the one chance that Jim would have is if Jasnix, died to Horde or had a bad Horde. But we'll see. It's really this first barrier that's the biggest difference between Master Sword and True Master Sword.
Jasnix missing the stamina refill from a fairy.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
the
Jasnix
Bokos are
is playing the
cooperating a
slave.
little bit more now.
Yeah.
One left.
Not taking a hit so far.
Yeah, and the rest of Horde it should be pretty safe.
Yeah. He can get snapped by the archers a few times. Alright, get sword skip, no problem. Alright, nice style fox. Yeah. Easy. Jasnix is making this look like a walk in the park, which we clearly know it isn't. Not even getting strike 1 by these archers. Now he can get bullied however much he wants. This is over. Yeah.
2 spin attacks to take care of
This was a very cooperating Horde. I don't think that you can get a much better Horde fight.
Well, especially not without True Master Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the L100%. Like getting it with 2 Master Sword spin attacks is just that very rarely happens. But yeah, we should see a demonstration of just how much faster this is going to be done with True Master Sword. Jim's already through. He did take a hit though.
not that it really matters that much, because Jim can actually take one more hit over Jasnix. He's got exactly 2 more hearts.
You like game 2 seeds better.
You know, in the end, I think that this might have come down to Jim checking the claw shot lock checks in Lanebru.
I mean, it certainly that's like what it came down to, because like that's the thing with claw shots, is like claw shots opens up like so many checks, and Jasnix knew that he didn't need to do any claw shot lock check, because claw shots was his, he knew claw shots was his go mode, like entering Lanayru.
Alright. So Jasnix is entering the mice. Jim about to finish Horde. Yeah, Jim not even getting this with 2 TMS spin attacks. And yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's telling us that, like, I guess the Jasnix's audio not usable for whatever reason, so we're on Jim's audio.
Alright, and that is GG's to Jasnix. He's gonna move on to winners finals.
Yep.
No, to the grand finals.
Yep.
To the grand finals.
With a time of 1:30:36.
And Jim is gonna go home, take 3rd place here, and more importantly, he's gonna take a prize pool of $185.
Sounds like we are joined by Jasnix.
Hello, Jasnix. GG.
Hey. 2 things I want to say. One, my execution today was kind of terrible. I don't know if anyone kind of noticed, but I was having like very bad shaky hands at the end. I pulled 64, and I was not doing well in the end, but it kind of.
It looked like your horde was like. It looked like your horde was like impeccable though. Like for
the first barrier was bad, but I just wanted to take it safe since I had the fairy thing where I dropped the water and couldn't get the fairy. But,
yeah, I mean, but even so, like damageless first barrier, and then like the rest of it, like especially the end, like it was 2 spin attacks to clear all the bogos, like with just regular Master Sword.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah. I don't really know why that happens. I think it's just the Bokos like giving really good patterns, but yeah, it was nice. And yeah, if you have to charge a second Skyward Strike as Master Sword, it's super slow and annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
also,
so. I talked with Jim in the race room, and it looked like the big thing was that I didn't delay my Farron trip because I got bombs and I just left, which kind of saved me.
Yeah, Jim basically followed all the Spirit of the Sword hints, which brought him to Eldon and then to Lanayru, so he got his claw shots like really early, but that wound up being his undoing because that opened up all the claw shots lock checks for him.
Yeah.
He did not have
and
to
GG's to Jim. Finishing with an official time of 1:32:56. So let's get Jim in here as well. Hopefully he'll join us.
Yeah, I see him in setup. GG,
Alright.
Jim.
GG, Jim.
Hey, GG's.
Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, your routing just it pushed you to claw shots, and then that opened up a ton of checks for you that were completely unnecessary.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Randomizer.
Yeah, classic.
Oh, I do want to say my favorite thing about the seed was you go to Isle of Songs, you get a sword, you get in a bottle, you go to Oriel, get a sword, then you go back to Isle of Songs and get a sword.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Although I do want to point out there, like, you can just strike the crest again without having to reload. That's the whole reason it was changed from Goddess Chest back into the crest.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I left and went back in because I thought that was necessary.
Yeah, I thought you would just get all the rewards immediately if you got a sword upgrade there, but I guess you don't.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
do have
I'm just remembering wrong.
you do have to strike the crest a second time, but yeah, that works without having to reload.
Yeah. Also, I like the other fun thing was the demons and earrings locations in Elden. It's like, all right, well, I
Yeah.
can't do anything else in Elden. Oh wait, no, I can. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna leave Elden. Oh wait, no, I can't. I didn't end up going to Summit because after I got the hinted and thrilled, I kind of knew my go mode. But yeah, that
Right.
was the next thing I was definitely gonna do immediately after.
Yeah, that hint stone wound up just being super convenient for you because it basically told you everything you needed to know about the rest of the seed.
Yeah.
Whereas because Jim like also got that much earlier, but he was still missing the information on where Gus Bellows was, which was kind of the big issue. Because the Gus Bellows locked Whip, and then Scale locked Sea Chart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Scale you could get going through Farron the first time because it was just behind one of the bombable rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did something I would consider like off meta, which is doing Beetle on my first Skyward visit, and that probably won me the race right there.
Well, no, I did that too, and I would say that it makes perfect
You
sense
did.
if you get something to like ring Beetle's bell and you get a gold rupee, like you should definitely go and check to see what Beetle has.
I guess yeah, I haven't really seen many people do that, but yeah, so yeah, I guess that was just good then because it led me straight to Farron. Because like, at that point, I was gonna full clear Sky. I was gonna do Farron anyway, and since I knew that Ruby Temple was auto locked, I was like, I'll just come back later. I probably won't need it. And yeah, I mean, Farron
also
wasn't
the
really
fact,
useful, but it had scale.
Right, yeah. Well, there was also the fact that Beetle was selling nothing but rupees in a bomb bag.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And a key piece. Some
But
pretty
hey.
good items.
At least you didn't have to do any money farming today.
Yes, I was very happy about that.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about that is like the fact that because the first rupee that because your wallet was full when you bought the first rupee, like that rupee did not give you any benefit because it gives you the item and then it takes away your rupee, so it basically put more rupees into your full wallet and then took away the 100 for the purchase. Which didn't wind up mattering, but it's just kind of annoying thing about rupees on Beetle.
I was actually worried that I was gonna get a Rupor and then have to either buy 50, which I don't know what it was, or
50 was
to
a
like
gold.
leave and come
Yeah,
back.
it was a gold rupee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which like would have been nice, but like at the same time you didn't wind up needing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pointed out in chat that like that's where Jasnix first took the lead because Jim accidentally checked the 50 rupee item.
Yeah. There go 5 seconds.
Yeah. These 5 seconds can make or break a race.
Well, not this one.
Yeah, not this one.
This is one of
This
those
one
races I
decided
was.
by others.
This is one of those races I was really worried about Jim like beating me by like 5 seconds at the end, because the seed, at least for me, was really linear. So I was definitely expecting Jim to finish at any moment.
Yeah,
also,
but-
because I died in Elden once, so I lost a lot of time there.
Yeah. Well, what was interesting about this race was just the fact that like there was route divergence like very early on, and we got to kind of see the effect of that.
Oh yeah, the reason I decided to book it to Thunderhead was because of the fact that we got the hintstone on Lumpy Pumpkin said that Sky was Spirit of the Sword. And then we get Ballad of the Goddess, and I'm like, okay, well, if it's referencing this, then I'm just gonna want to book it to Thunderhead probably, and like hope that I can maybe get back to Farron like already having Harp or something for convenience. So that's what made me decide to book it to Thunderhead instead of just going to Farron.
Yeah, I think it technically was better if you went to Thunderhead first, because I would have gotten a sword, or I would have gotten Master Sword for Gearham.
Well, yeah, that's true, but then it also relies on me not pushing Eldon and then pushing Lanayru afterwards. Going back to Farron at some earlier point.
Yeah, it was just because of the hints that you got kind of pushed you in that direction, and so it's like I can't really fault you for that, because like it's kind of the reasonable thing to do to chase your Spirit of the Sword hints, and it's just in this particular seed it didn't wind up working out.
Well, yeah. Right, because those hints, well, it wasn't really about those hints, it was more about the fact that the Gust Bellows and the Water Dragon Scale, which locked Whip and Ancient Sea Chart, were both obtainable like the first time that we went to Farron if we had Bomb Bag. And then, like, if you just do those things and then do exactly what I did, then you would have skipped all the Claw Shot stuff. So, as said previously, just Randomizer.
Yeah, it happens. Rando giveth and Rando taketh away.
This was a very, at least for me, this was a very Rando giveth seed, and yesterday was like the complete, absolute opposite of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yesterday chat won. I think, with the Cub seed.
Yeah, anyways, so Jasnix is moving on to the grand finals, facing your average Link again. How do you feel about that, Jasnix?
I'll get him this time.
Yeah, so this is a
right.
yeah. So grand finals will be a best of 5 series. Your average Link will enter the series with 1 free win, and will yeah, that should be an exciting series.
Yeah, Jim taking overall third place in the tournament, and taking 15% off the prize pool.
Hooray!
Which, if my math is correct, accumulates to roughly $185. I wouldn't count on my math being correct, though. We've got better people for that. So yeah, hope you're all excited for the grand finals of this tournament. We certainly are. And any last words?
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Good luck in the finals, Jasnix.
And I wish you similarly good luck in the Windlicker finals.
Yeah, that one's gonna be an uphill battle, but we'll do our best.
I mean, isn't it just like win 2?
Well, I have to win 2, but Jaywist only has to win 1, because he's coming from winners finals.
Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. I'll probably be able to watch that. So.
Yeah. So that's it from us, and keep an eye out on the schedule on when these grand finals will be. And yeah, that's it. And I hope we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye bye.
I